No, it's a bit late, but as you saw, it's a triple deck review. So let me first show my little bit of my collection of decks that I've gotten within 2018. One of them being one of Santos Kaiba's style decks. Can't remember which one this is, so when I get into that one, probably in a different video. Synchro, if I remember correctly, and yes, I do have um, Obelisk the Tormentor. I can't find a deck perfect for him at this moment, so he's kind of depending on my playstyle. And sorry about that mess. Currently, right now, everything's being reorganized at the moment. So Santo Kaibas, I need to find a safe place for that card. Dang, I keep doing that. Can't remember. I would do a pendulum review, but at this moment, I do not know how. And the reason why I keep them this style of string, I don't have a case for them, a very protective case. And these are all my decks that I have an idea on how to use. I have a very unusual way. Next one is going to be the Cyber Dragon deck, and reason why I kept it there. The Eclipse deck has served me quite well. This is my Eclipse Dragons deck. Legendary Dragons of Atlantis, and my Dino deck. Reason why I know it's my Dino deck is since I was keeping up with the theme of Dino, and I did purchase a Dino theme deck, so that's what I'll be working with. And I do try to keep the wrappings on in this pattern. It's just so the cards don't get mixed up. I know, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, but at this time, I just haven't gone to any card stores. All these decks I've gotten, except Obelisk I got through a card pack. My brother he got an Exodia card. I can't remember which one it is. So Santa Kaiba, Cyber Dragon, Dino. Now, this particular card you see, number 61 Volcanosaurus, is not part of the deck when you go to purchase it. It was another card I got from a card pack. It was actually for a 10. I can't remember which one it is. So let's begin. So, of course, Volcanosaurus, pretty self explanatory. Two level 5 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card to target one monster your opponent controls. Destroy that monster. And if you do, inflict damage. So, this card overall is pretty balanced. You know, do get destroyed despite removing an Xyz material, or removing one from it, and inflict damage based on the original attack. Now, say example that was like, if let's just use this for example since I already have it on. You was able to get, um, your opponent just summoned um, Obelisk. Let's go with that. And and you were able to um, successfully summon the Volcanosaurus. You counter. Let's say your level 5 monsters didn't have enough power behind them, and you just need something to lessen the damage. Volcanosaurus can do more than just one thing. Removing that Xyz material, destroy Obelisk, and says his attack is 4,000. Well, that's 4,000 damage done to you. A token card, Fossil Dig, which Just adds one level 6 or lower monster from your deck to your hand. Survival of the Fittest. Target one dino monster you control, equip it to that target, and it gains 1,000 attack points. When that attacking monster destroys an opponent by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. The equipped monster now can make a second attack on an opponent's monster on another monster. Black Brachios. Painful Decision. Biculiosaurus, which literally is just like a really fucked up combination. If you think about it. Metal Smasher X, you do get two of these. Great Horn of the Heaven. When your opponent, during your opponent's main phase, when they would special summon a monster, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then your opponent can draw one card, then in the main phase. So that can be very helpful if they're trying to like special summon from a graveyard Obelisk or Tormentor. I'm just using Obelisk as an example because that I think that is one of the three strongest cards I currently own. That just already has that attack. I'm not including any monsters that could still ramp up. Sabersaurus, Extinction on schedule. During the main phase, you can pay 1,000 life points and make both players send all cards they control to the graveyard. That is a heavy price, but when you think about it, if you are really on the screwed side and you happen to have that card, spend this 1,000 and you're gonna be a whole lot better. I would not recommend placing that card down unless you don't have already have some backup. So Brachia, Survival's End. Try Triceratops, Skelosaurus, Stegocyber, Rescue Wabbit, Burial from Different Dimension. Burial Dimension, this is one target up to 3 banished monsters, return them to their graveyard. So if you say example you already had banished 3 monsters, or your opponent has, you can at least just put them back in the graveyard. Super Ancient Dino Beast. You can tribute this monster in the face attack position by or tribute summon by tributing one monster, one Dino type monster. When a monster type is special summoned from your graveyard, except during the battle phase, while this card is on face, you can draw one card. A Delayer, which is the Sword of Concealing Light. Sorry, my voice is going out a little bit. Quake Mirror Force, Soul Eater, Raptor, Oviraptor, Ujama Trio. And then we're getting to a bit of the powerhouses in this deck. That all these other cards really are just to get the big three. Ultimate Tyranno. If you control an Ultimate Tyranno that can attack monsters other than Ultimate Tyranno cannot attack. So that would prevent Superconductor Tyranno from attacking. And Superconductor, basically, once per turn, you contribute one monster, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, then the card cannot attack. So if you really just want to keep doing damage, you can have both these out on the field. I will get to this card later. Giliosaurus. This one is going to come in hand in hand. This is where I'm going to get part of the review. Majestic Jurassic Egg. Shibone. Shibone's going to be pretty good on terms of, if it's flipped, special summon 3 Shibone Junior tokens. Each one has 300 attack, 300 defense, and you put them actually on your opponent's field in defense position. Big evolution field. Now this one will help out a lot. Because you basically can just ignore summoning requirements. It says right here, you can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without tributing. Then you have this one, which is uh, Petrodon, which let me bring it up closer. This card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, especially on one level 4 or higher monster type from your deck, and it cannot attack that turn. So, Sabrosaurus, Megalos Smasher X, and then the second strongest in the card in the deck, which is Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Let's see. Can I normal summoned / set must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 Dino type monsters from your graveyard. Once per turn, during other player's main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or field, and if you do, change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to a face-down defense position. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls, 1 each at the start of the damage step. If this card attacks defense monster, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, and if you do, send that defense monster to the graveyard. Now that can help. That can help a tremendous amount. This basically will end base duels. I don't feel like this card is very balanced on that fact because you look at the attack points. So, say example, your opponent, is facing off against Superconductor Tyranno. And you're just biding your time, not trying to end the duel quickly, and you have this card coming up. It's already in your hand, and now you summon it. This will end it immediately. Because, say example, they have a field of 5. All of them are defense positioned. They're basically screwed. I let Twin Twister basically just destroys. Discard 1 card, then target 2 spell card traps on the field, destroy them. Unexpected Die. Terraforming, which basically gets you equip spell card. Not equipped. Field spell, my bad. Nightmare Archfiend. Now this even gets better. Tribute 1 monster, special summon 3 Nightmare Archfiend tokens. Each one of them, wow, this can actually hurt you more than it can help. Attack 2,000, defense 2,000. To your opponent's field and attack position. Each time one is destroyed, however, its control takes 8,000. So, say example, you went ahead and you use ultimate Conductor Tyranno, tribute the 1 monster, put more tokens down, and it can still attack even more. That is going to hurt even more. And then you have another powerful monster, duel done. Secret Blast, which is even better. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent each card they control. This card can, if this card you control is destroyed by opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So this is damned if you do, damned if you don't type. Fossil Excavation, and then Lost World. All monsters in the field loses 500 attack and defense except Dino type monsters. Once per turn, if a Dino type monster is normal summon, special summon, you place 1 Dryer token, which I just had. Actually, it was the beginning. To your opponent's side of the field in the defense position. When your opponent controls a token, they cannot target monsters on the field with card effects except tokens. Once per turn, if a normal monster field would be destroyed in the battle. Since you can destroy that many. Oh yeah, destroy that many Dino type monsters in your hand and or deck. That gets a little risky, I know. So let's go to the power, like the power coupling. Say example, Super Ultimate Conductor Triano failed. There is still hope. And it's these two cards. So this is basically your power couple. Evil Swarm Salamandra. Up to twice per turn, you can banish one monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack until the end of your turn. Two of them, by the way, so you can add on another 600. And look, it's 400. Now, the next one, I'm going to have to say it's more in line of God tier. Mainly because on how ridiculous it gets. Some people are familiar with this card, some are not. And I wish I'd seen it more often or not. Which is this one. Trano Infinity. The original attack of this card is equal to the number of your banished Dino type monsters in yeah, times 1,000. So Ultimate Second Director is 2. Then you got Evil's Manager twice per turn is 2. So that's already 4 Dino type monsters from your graveyard to the banished zone. And think about it. Say, for example, you have another trap. If you were to add another trap card that prevents, that's 6. And if you can keep doing it, like Scrap Iron Scarecrow, this will turn the tide. Or if you already have this, and you have this and the other in Super Conduct Ultrano, it will literally will destroy. It will end the duel within those turns. Now, you might wonder how does this still fit in? This is meant to buy you some more time, allow you to build up more to Super Trano Infinity and Evil Swarm Salamander. So these 3 cards do play a key. So that was my dinos. Let's go to something a little more exciting and classic. Wide Dragon Head, as you know, just go ahead and equip it to a monster, and it basically increases the attack of it by 400 and its defense. Also, if the equipped monster will be destroyed by battle or card. So, if you got a card you really don't want destroyed, you have it. X Hunter, X Head Cannon, Sea Crusher Wyvern. Now this one is a bit different. Basically, you equip this card to any monster, and trap cards are no longer going to be able to touch it. C Metal Tank is basically exactly like Wide Dragon Head. B Buster Drake is unaffected by spell cards, so where one makes it where trap cards ain't gonna hit you, the other one's gonna make spells not touch you. A Assault, and this one prevents monster card effects. So if you really want to make sure your card's not gonna be touched. Luster Dragon, I would prefer Luster Dragon too. Heavy Mech Support Armor. This one more or less does is more of an attack booster. Union Scramble. Target 3 your banished light monsters. Normal no machine type normal monsters and or light machine union monsters. Special summon them during either player's turn except the turn that this card was sent to graveyard. You can banish this card from graveyard, then target one of your banished light monsters And basically, it just makes it where you can summon it. Negate attack. I don't think it needs to be said. Megamorph. Equipped card. Cloning. Majesty with blue eyes. Send one blue eyes monster from your deck or hand or deck to the graveyard, and then target one face-up monster on the field. It cannot attack while it's on the field, and you can use one Majesty with blue eyes per turn. Frontline base. More or less, this allows you to summon another Union monster. Ring of Destruction. Interdimensional matter transporter. Roll out. Save this for last. Save this for last. Last. Oh, that's right. I had my fusions in the middle of the deck. PD Clown. This is going to be explained a little bit later. Keeper of the Shrine. Oh, yeah, here it is. Crush Card Vibes. Discard this one. Activate this, and your opponent can't do nothing for basically 3 turns. And you basically just kill the strongest cards in their deck. One of the blue eyes. Interplanetary Dragon. Another one of those guys. Zephyr Lamp. Enemy Controller. Flute of Summoning Dragon, which you need Lord of the D. Lord of Dragons. Kaiser Glider. Heavy Mech Support. Platform. Phoenix Chain. Burst Stream of Destruction. Shrink. Call of the Haunted. Polymerization. And I have a reason. This was not part of the deck. So polymerization was not. Limiter removal. Silent Doom. Another Blue Eyes White Dragon. Vampire Lord. That's third and final Blue Eyes. Final attack order. Enrage, Battle Ox, and Union Hanger. So, let's get to the less interesting one, which is just Blue Eyes White Ultimate Dragon. This is really just a powerhouse I just always loved. Oh, sorry, my voice is really going. I mean, I just love it. And it has decent attack. 4,500, defense 3,800. So, let's get into, I guess, like the not really exciting ones. I really don't recommend using these. You can, I just don't. Let's see, like this one, which is XY Dragon Cannon. Basically, destroy spells cards, and this one destroys trap cards. So, I'm wondering how to get this one. A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon. Well, you're gonna have to do a lot of tributing in a hurry. Good thing you can actually special summon equips. It does require a lot of space, so you're gonna have to at least. So you can banish up to 3 of the light monsters. You're gonna banish all 3. A core, B busters, C crush. Must summon from the deck by banishing the monsters above, and you do not have to use polymerization. Once per turn, during your other player's turn, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card on the field and banish it. During opponent's turn, you can tribute this card, then target 3 of your banished lights. So, if your opponent's going to do a heavy attack and you need to get away, you can tribute and get back those monsters. Um, I wouldn't really would be worried about that effect. I'll be trying to build up closer to this one. I'll get into a moment on that. Basically, kind of the same thing. XYZ Dragon Cannon. Um, he's got banished the ones from above. Cannot be special summoned from your graveyard. Discard one card, then target one of your cards. Opponent controls, destroy that. So, then you get this guy. By banishing those two guys, during either player's turn, you can target a spell or a trap or even a monster effect. Discard that one card and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. During either player's turn, you ban this card, then target one each of your banished ABC, Dragon Buster, and XYZ Dragon Cannon special summon. So essentially, you can really go back and forth with this. It is very universal, and it would help this guy out. So Oplos now has a home. So that's 2 decks. All in all, I mean, I'm leaning more to my dragon because I can really wipe out decks more. But this will throw your opponent clean off mentally, because it is a bit of a mental game on deciding what to do, what not to do. And then we got this. This is probably the normal type decks, non-pendulum, non-link, or whatever they want to add in later on. Cyber Dragon, of course, distribute. If you control your opponent controls the monster and you can special summon this card from your hand. Cyber Dragon Dry. Cyber Inten. Let's see. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing all light monsters from your field and graveyard. The attack becomes number of monsters for the special summon times of 500. When this card is special summoned, send all other face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard. So, if you really just want to kill everything, that's where you go. Cyber Dinosaur, Cyber Shadow Gardener, Evolution and Boost, Cyber Dragon, Chimera Tech, Fortress Dragon, one Cyber Dragon, one machine. Merger attack with monster becomes 1,000 times the number of fusion material used for the special. Anything about this is referring to its attack. So if you used quite a few different, let's say like 5 cards for summoning, now I'm pointing out that majority of this deck is just really just doing fusions. Stormy Mirror Force, Cyber Dragon, Cyber Valley, Proto Cyber Dragon, Cyber Valley, Cyber Network. Basically, you just keep putting in Cyber Dragons in the discard in the banish zone, and then on the third turn, this gets banished, and you get to summon all those cards onto the field, which is pretty good. Cyber Dragon Core. I like how there's Proto and Core, because it kind of goes and explain what makes a Cyber Dragon, and also Cyber Dragon Valley, Cyber Dragon Dry, Chimera Tank, Mega Fleet Dragon, times 1,200 for the amount of fusions, materials used. So that can overpower a lot of things. really quick. Cyber Repair Plant. It's really just meant for this first effect. Add one monster from your deck to your hand, or option B, target one monster in your graveyard, shuffle the target in. Same. Cyber Dragon Y. Evolution Boost. And since I didn't read the last one, if you control Cyber Dragon, target one monster your opponent controls. Destroy that target. Cyber Dragon cannot attack that turn. Drowning Mirror Force. Quaking Mirror Force. So this is really just prevent your opponent from attacking majority of the time, or just completely wiping out them entirely. Evolution Boost. Cybernetic Fusion support. Basically, pay half of your life points. If you summon a Machine Fusion monster this turn, you can banish monsters from your hand and or graveyard. That's a fusion material. You can activate one cybernetic fusion support. Rampage Chimera Tech Dragon. I know I put it read it a bit weirdly, but I mean it's a decent card. Power Bond, which basically just makes you fuse again. Cyber Dragons Fly. Another Cyber Network. Cyber Instant. Machine Fortress. Cyber Repair Plant. Armor Carrion. Power Bond. Oh, that was that. Everything's starting to slide on me a little bit. But anyways, Cyber Dragon Core, Future Fusion, which really it just allows you to fuse more. Now the Cyber Dragon Core, Machine Armored Unit. Whoa, no, don't you slide. Don't you slide again. Cyber Phoenix, which I said. This is the reason why I had the cloth. Overload Fusion, Limiter Removal, Cyber Phoenix, Cyber Twin Dragon, Cybertech Over Dragon, Rampage Dragon, Cyber End Dragon. Okay, let me stop right here just for a second. This card. You cannot say this is not the machine version of Blue Eyes White Ultimate Dragon. Cannot. They were really riding on Blue Eyes White Dragon for a while. Cyberdrag Nova. Basically, this is the guy you need for one of the cards I want to show. Cyber Dragon Twin, and here it is. Cyber Dragon Infinity. You can attach once per you can EXC summon Cyber Dragon Infinity by using Cyber Dragon Nova. You control its material. So once you do, basically to get to this card, so material gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. So you're going to need these guys to get that, in a sense. When a card is activated, quick effect. Oh yeah, you can target one face-up attack monster on field, attach it to this card. It's a face-up material. Once per turn, when a card is activated, quick effect. You can attach one material from this card and negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. And then another Star Dragon Nova. So I guess way it's designed is mainly just to get Cyber Dragon Nova out. Um, I would trust this Cybertech Fortress out of all of them because it seems a bit more reliable. Overall, it's not really a bad deck. It's just a pain to really learn its style correctly. And with the newer decks out there that's meant on this quick summoning, quick summoning, quick summoning, quick summoning, quick summoning, this will not work. None of these decks that I've shown without any other modification would work against those type of duels. Unless you are like I said, without modifications. Um, but I mean, you can definitely play around with it. If it's using not, if you're going against a non, I could say it's now from pendulums, from what I've learned. If you're going against a non-pendulum and non-link, you have a better chance. If it's a pendulum deck, you're playing with fire because most of the time they're going to be summoning huge, overpowered attack monsters. Now, this would work best. This deck probably would be good against dealing with pendulum. I would have to, like I said, look into it more, find out if Obelisk is even usable. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. Yeah, have a good night.